Good evening, everybody. This is Victor Kilo 4, Golf Romeo Bravo, Gary in Faryiryland. It's just gone 7:30 p.m., 1930 hours, 0930 UTC. It is Wednesday night. That means it's another VK4BAD bad net for the Bunya Mountains and District Amateur Radio Club. We hold this net every Wednesday night at 7:30 p.m, 1930 hours, 0930 UTC. I'll now change over to the club call of VK4 Bravo Alpha Delta for the Bunya Mountains and District Amateur Radio Club. This is Victor Kilo 4 Bravo Alpha Delta. Current outside temperature at the present time is 20.9 degrees, 73% humidity, 3.0 K a breeze. That's the temperature here for Faryiryland. Good evening to all the subscribers, and for all who's watching on the live stream or the recording of. Anyway, this is Victor Kilo 4 Bravo Alpha Delta. Now listening for any call-ins. VK4BAD.
VK4 for Philadelphia X-ray. VK4 Echo Mike. VK4 Mike Victor. VK4IJP.
Okay, I was just listening out for just in case someone else was trying to come in. Okay, this is Victor Kilo 4 Bravo Alpha Delta. Listening for any other call-ins, VK4BAD. Okay, nothing else heard. Stations I've heard call in is VK4FAX, Don. In Drayton, VK4 Echo Mike, Merv in Pittswood, VK4 Mike Victor, Al in Dolby, and VK4 India Juliet Papa, Ian in Proston. Good evening to all. Does anyone else want to join the net before we start the first round? VK4BAD listening? Okay, with that one at the moment, we've got a nice little turnout anyway. We've got VK4FAX, Don, VK4 Echo Mike, Merv, VK4 Mike Victor, L, and VK4IJP, Ian. Okay, we've got a topic tonight. This is a different kind of kettle of fish for me. We've got a topic tonight. Due to I'm doing Jota this weekend. What the topic is, what have you contributed to in your spare time on the amateur radio? Hi. Okay, as you're all aware, this Saturday I'll be in Chinchilla doing Jota for the Jamboree of the Air and Jamboree of the Internet for the Girl Guides in Chinchilla. So I'll be on HF, VHF. So I'll be on HF on 40, 20, and 10 meters, and also on 2 meters on 146.950 on the wide area network. Won't be on this channel this year. Okay, VK4 FAX. Over to you there, Don. VK4BAD.
VK4BAD with the group VK4FAX. Yeah, good evening, Gary, Merv, Al, and Ian. Good to hear you all there. A little bit of a shower of rain here today. Guessing about 4 or 5 mils or something like that. It was welcome anyway. Cool things off a bit as well. So, yeah, what have I contributed volunteer-wise to the radio industry? Probably not, apart from a lot, apart from running the odd net now and then, attending the odd meeting around the ridges. Being an F-call, I'm sort of still learning, and this 70-odd-year-old brain doesn't accept a lot of the stuff that it should. But anyway, I stumbled through, and I give accolades to those that assist the Scouts groups and the guides. Yeah, great stuff you do there, Gary, and the boys from the Toowoomba Club are also going up to Gumbunji to look after them on Saturday as well. So obviously you'll probably hear them on the air as well. What else can I say about today? Game of bowls this morning. I had to attend an official function for the District Association representing Drayton, and we had a pretty pleasant morning and a lunch, and I spent most of the afternoon getting over it. I'm still battling this bug. Anyway, over to you, Merv. Hope everything's well out your way. VK4EM with the group VK4FAX. FAX and the group VK4 Echo Mike. Very good evening to you all. Great to hear you all on, and thanks for that email too, Don. And appreciate that, and well put together. And Ian, and mate, I tried to chase you up. The 6 metre band has been going crazy just lately, and I tried to look you up so I could send you an email, but I couldn't find any information. So unfortunately I couldn't contact you. I was going to get on here and see if Gary was around and if Gary could contact you, but anyway, something happened and I didn't get around to that. But anyway, 6 metres has been wide open, and you know, several other countries are coming through, and today it was mainly from Japan and China, and you know, it just goes on and on all day, sometimes from very early in the morning till very late in the evening. It's still going. Okay, I'll just drop that and let it catch up a bit. And well, yeah, I've done JOTA several times over the years. Sometimes we had a group from the club, the Darling Downs Radio Club Incorporated now. We had a group from there. Other times there was just 2 of us, and other times there was only just myself. I used to live down at Murphy's Creek on a beautiful high ridge at Murphy's Creek. Anyway, each year the Girl Guides mainly would come along, and a couple of the girls there were excellent. Actually, you know, they ran the girls through, and they made all the contacts. I just had to be there, and they've done a wonderful job. And the last time before I moved out of Murphy's Creek, the last time I did it down there, they all came along and they brought me, gifts and boxes of fruit and all sorts of things. And then when it was all over and done, they all got together and sung a lovely song for me, and so it was really good. But that's probably the main thing that I've done with the Scouts. Okay, and what else has been happening? We've had a little bit of rain here, which is great, and the grass is back, which is green and lovely. It's not really growing, but it's green and lovely, so it's a good start. We had 2 showers today, but not much in it. VK4, Mike Victor, and the group VK4 Echo Mike.
VK4 Echo Mike and the group VK4 Mike Victor. And good evening, Gary, Don, and Merv, and Ian, back from holidays again. And yes, I think there's a little tiny puddle under the corner of the carport out there. I walked out of the mailbox and the driveway was damp, and but it was well worth it. There was a package from RS online, so another little components to put into what am I doing? Oh, I think they're part of a requirement for a test set. And yes, what do I do? Well, for amateur radio, I do a lot of repairs. Do a lot of a little bit of lecturing, demonstration, and contribute to various repeaters getting put up on site and maintained, etc., etc. And I'm pretty good at foraging parts and bits and pieces and accumulating stuff in the shed that can contribute to that at the right price. And I thoroughly enjoy it. I was actually speaking to my GP on Monday and just getting a script reissued, and she was rather late, and she said, "Oh, I'm sorry I've held you up." And I said, "Well, your time's a lot more important and valuable than mine." And she said, "Well, I hope you're retired." I said, "Well, I am actually, but I've got a full-time job, and that's amusing myself, and I love my job, and I'm very successful at it." So there you go, and all that sort of thing. So, okay, round to Ian, VK4IJP in the group VK4 Mike Victor.
Good evening all, Gary, Don, Merv, Al. It's been a good 4 weeks travelling around New South Wales and the ACT. Walked basically up Mount Kosciuszko, fell 3 kilometres short of getting to the top. There was still over in some areas, anything from half a metre to a metre of snow above the walkway. And we just weren't kitted out for it. We didn't have shoes suitable to do that. The weather wasn't any problem. So it did sort of cloud in once, and it looked like it was going to grey out, but it sort of blew away and the sun was back again. So, 3 kilometres walking, 3 or so kilometres walking, and probably a couple of 100 metres vertically. So, But the trip was great. The music festival at Deniliquin was excellent, great music, and the cars were great entertainment, and it was just all happening. Actually, that was just a brilliant festival. It's just such a family-orientated / revhead / music orientated. It's just great. I suppose I'm very similar to Al, but probably not at the same level. Yeah, I've maintained aerials, donated coax and fittings, and different things, and a bit of time for maintenance and looking after bits and pieces. And that, I've done one Jada many, many years ago in my novice days. And I'm trying to do a couple of small things. Yeah, I mean, other than the occasional radio repair, I'm just trying to do a couple of other things by helping people. So who haven't got the ability to climb up and play with aerials and things like that, like they may have been able to in the past. So that's that little bit of a community effort there. Okay, I'm nearly timing out. Back to Gary, VK4BAD, the Badnet Group, VK4IJP.
VK4IJP and group VK4 Bravo Alpha Delta. Before I continue on, is there anyone else want to join the Badnet VK4BAD listening? Okay, no worries on that one there, fellas. Yeah, doing bits and pieces. Okay, I got a little bit of bookwork for, well, not bookwork, homework here. Currently we've got VK4 ME, RME. Tabletops is up and running at the moment again. It did go off air for a couple of days due to a electrical storm up at Tabletops. It is transmitting at the moment, but only down on reduced power of 5 watts. So it is down a bit compared to what it should be. Replacement radio will go up shortly. They're just trying to work out what exactly went wrong with the final board, but the finals went in the repeater. So it's up and running. That's 147025 positive offset. That's 147.025 positive offset, and with a 91.5 access tone, and that's the Tabletops Tablelands repeater. It is linked up to this one, so for all who's in the Tablelands area, good evening, and hope to hear a couple of you guys who are up in that area call in on the net. Anyway, this is Victor Kilo 4 Bravo Alpha Delta, listening for anyone else to call in before we start the last round. VK4 BAD. Okay, nothing heard on that one. Okay, for myself, there today I've been busy. I've been yesterday I measured out and cut all the wire I required for a new long wire antenna or inverted V, and today I spent most of my day today tuning said antenna for this weekend. It's a 4-band inverted V. It covers 80, 40, 20 and 10 metres. I think I'll be only utilising 3 bands on the weekend. There'll be 40, 20 and 10 metres. So I'll keep the 80 legs wound up, so they won't resonate out. So that's what I've been up to today. What am I doing tomorrow? More of the same. I wonder why. I'll finish off tuning the antennas there tomorrow. Okay. With one there. VK4 FAX. Back over to you there, Don. VK4BAD.
VK4BAD, VK4FAX. Yeah, just an update on the weekend's procedures. I missed the Monday night 70 centimetre net because I went to the DDRCI meeting. Took Andy along with me. We had a great evening there, and Andy was really pleased with meeting everyone, and they had a demonstration with the what do they call it, the 3D printing, and a lady there explained all that and showed us some of the stuff that they can make. It's just amazing what they can do with it, and I can understand why Dion's so taken with it. I believe he does quite a bit of it. I had a trip up to the Central Queensland, had a family get together. We went up Friday morning and had a great day Saturday. We were getting together with the Nun clan. I think there was probably about 40 of us there all up, going down through the old chain. And then we had the day with my 93-year-old mum on Sunday. Took her to lunch and took her around sightseeing, and just generally had a great catch up with her. And it was very sad to I'll just break. To leave her there. She's in a home now, and but we took her to lunch, and she doesn't get steak at the home, so she had a senior steak, and I tell you what, I'd hate to get a normal one. She couldn't jump over the damn thing. And she struggled with it, of course. But anyway, she had what she wanted, and we had a great luncheon and a great afternoon running around sightseeing in Rockhampton. And we travelled back on Monday from Emu Park, where we stayed. It's roughly 700 k's, and I think we left there about 5:15 in the morning with a couple of stops and fuel, etc. We arrived back here at 1:30 in the afternoon, so we had a pretty good run. No roadworks and only the odd white load. Okay, and I'll say good evening there to Ross, ALB, if he's listening. You'll have to get yourself to push the button and get on here sometime, mate. VK4EM with the group, VK4FAX.
Roger, Don. Thank you. VK4FAX in the group, VK4 Echo Mike. Yeah, I'll just make this a short over and I'll get going as well. And what else? The last couple of days my internet provider's been doing maintenance. They seem to do a heck of a lot of maintenance. You know, years ago they never did this sort of stuff, but seems like every month now they're sending me, warning, there's going to be maintenance, there's going to be maintenance. They must have very slow workers, or the jobs that they do, I suppose, are very specialised and take a long time or whatever. But every time they fiddle around and do this maintenance, and after they, turn it all back on again, and I go to use it, there's always something gone wrong. And this time today, I turned it on, or went to use it. I went to use it today. Went to go to my Gmail account, and hello, there's no one home. Where's the Gmail gone? There's no Gmail there at all. So anyway, you ring up and complain, and it takes two to 4 days before they answer anyway. And usually their first one, they tell me to turn it off and give it a burn. Not literally with matches, they call that a burn apparently when they turn it off and you leave it off for so many hours and turn it back on again. So it's in that mode at the moment, it's having a burn, and I don't need it tonight. I'll turn it back on in the morning and see if somehow it all magically comes back again. It didn't look too promising when I was there this afternoon, I can tell you. Internet suppliers, or mine especially, when they're doing their maintenance, they don't come along and say, oh, well, Sam, you never had any internet today, and your phone wasn't working and all that. We'll give you, 100 free hours or something. They never do that. One time I had some people here, and, they'd been using my internet, and I only have a small allotted amount. Anyway, it was only about an hour until, I had to renew it, pay for the next month. And they sent me an email straight away and cut me off to snail's pace. But it seems to be a different story when, they're doing all this maintenance. They don't seem to care what they do. They never give me any reimbursement or say, you want a free car or something like that. Nothing at all like that. Anyway, very good evening to you all. I'll listen for a little while and then go and watch a show on TV. VK4, Mike Victor, and the group. Thanks for the net, Gary. VK4 Echo Mike. Cheers all.
VK4 Echo Mike and the group. VK4 Mike Victor. And cheers. Mervyn, must get those two radios back to you some stage or other. Catch you when you're home. What else was there? Interesting problem the other day. I went to the supermarket and bought some sliced cheese, Swiss sliced cheese. I was very disappointed. It had no holes in it. I said, how can it be Swiss cheese without holes? I said, then I woke up and thought, no holes. That means I've got extra cheese. So I was happy then. Yes. I don't know what the weather's doing. It threatens and spits a little bit, and I think it goes round us at the moment. We're not getting too much, so that might improve. And there's still plenty of work on the shed, so that'll keep me amused for several weeks, months, and then we see how we go with it. But I think I'd like to have some success struggling with a highly sophisticated, very complex, intriguing bit of kit in a Yaesu FTDX 3000. Beautiful radio, but as deaf as a post. So something's gone sadly astray with it. Just intriguing circuitry. All good, and by the sound of it, Don, that Andy's getting himself about, which means that must be well on the way to recovery, which is great to hear. Right, round to you, Ian, VK4AJP in the group, VK4 Mike Victor.
Yeah, thanks, Al. There's never a dull moment, is there? I've got to say, Merv, I've actually ordered a couple of audio transformers and a little switching devicey thing, so I'm going to make myself a an interface for FT8 or something like that. I have actually heard on 6 metres. 6 metres today, there was absolutely tons of it operational. Didn't hear any sideband stuff around on it, but certainly did hear a number of FT8s and lots of data things happening. So hopefully they'll turn up. I was going to order them before I got home, so then they would have been here when I got here, but I forgot. I think I was in Good Duda, if that's how you pronounce it, soaking all the dust off me MVRTs and springs or something like that. So who worries about buying things when you're soaking? Anyway, not to mind. Yeah, I've got a funny feeling there was something else I was going to say. But, it's quite interesting about the finals giving up. You did mention it earlier on, Gary. In fact, I was going to try it today to see whether I can hit it, but I'll try it tomorrow. I just got busy cleaning up. Cleaning up. It's amazing. You go away for 4 weeks, and I think it takes nearly 4 weeks to clean up afterwards, doesn't it? But anyway, all very good. And I can't remember what happened when I did the Boy Scout thing. That was in the Illawarra, with the Illawarra Amateur Radio Club. But I know it was a big day, but that's about it. It sounds like you've been busy, Gary, trimming wires, cutting a couple of centimetres at a time, been racing back inside and having a look at the SWR meter. Makes it fun. Okay, guys, back around to Gary there. Good job and good catching up with everyone briefly, and we'll catch you soon. VK4BAD, VK4IJP.
VK4IJP, VK4BAD. I don't know about a couple of centimetres at a time. We're working on HF. It's probably about, a good 6 inches or so. It would be a few centimetres at a time. I do the easy way. I fold back on it. I fold it back on itself until, and then once I've got to the lowest SWR with the fold backs, then I know I can cut whatever the tail is, which is wrapped around, back up, cut that off, and the SWR is, I like to keep them around about 1.3, 1.2, 1.3. That's where I like to keep my antennas at. I don't like a dead needle. Dead needle does no good to me. One, if it's a dead needle, you can't tell if you got a problem with your antenna. Where at least if you got a bit of a reading on your meter, at least you know your antenna's working. Hi. Anyway, with that lot there, this is Victor Kilo 4, Bravo Alpha Delta. Before we close the net off, is there anyone else wondering, before I do that, Merv, is it your west, is your satellite pointing to the west or pointing to the north? Because if yours is pointing to the north, you should have an internet connection at the moment, because I have. If it's pointing to the west, I wouldn't have a clue. Not too sure on which satellite you're on. Okay, anyone else want to join the net and say hello, goodbye before we close the net off? VK4BAD.
I haven't heard anything. I'll just make a comment, Gary. No, I'm not satellite anymore. They've changed me over to, I've got an antenna on the roof of the house here now, and the tower that I'm getting it from is over at Southbrook, which is not very far away from here, of course. It's probably a line of sight, but I can't see it, of course. But yeah, anyway, they do too much maintenance. It should be perfect over.
Oh, okay. No problems on that one there. Okay, with that one there, I'd like to thank everybody who's called in tonight. VK4FAX, Don in Drayton, VK4 Echo Mike Merv in Pittswood, VK4 Mike Victor Al over in Dolby, and VK4IJP Ian in Preston. And without you guys, there wouldn't be a net. Anyway, and for anyone who's been watching this, if you're not a subscriber to the channel, if you want to catch up on all these nets every Wednesday night, feel free and subscribe. It's free. Okay, that's that. This is Victor Kilo 4 Bravo Alpha Delta for the Bunya Mountains and District Amateur Radio Club. I'd like to thank you all for coming tonight. And I'll now change back to my home caller, VK4 Golf Romeo Bravo, Gary in Faryiryland. And we'll leave the frequency open for general traffic. And we'll catch us all again the same time next week. Until next Wednesday night, this is VK4 Golf Romeo Bravo saying 7-3, and we'll catch us all same time next week. VK4GRB out.